So good afternoon. I think it's a very hot and sleepy afternoon. I see a lot of people trying to get their siesta, and knowing the human attention span of 40-45 minutes, I think this panel will be more than exhausted the time given to us. Anyway, I had very esteemed speakers preceding me who have covered a great deal on the insecurities in the neighborhood. And in fact, I came to know a lot, and I feel much more insecure now as an individual living in India, knowing about all the threats that we are, all the instabilities and threats that there all around us. But my job is to look at the security within the country, and both while I was in the police and now in the CRPF, which is a CAPF, whose primary job is to assist the police in maintaining internal security. I will just try to quickly, I promise I'll not take much time. And I also realize this is a drone conference, drone expo and conference. So, and the non-security force personnel here might be in some way concerned with the drone industry. So I'm assuming that. So let me, when I go through my challenges that I face in internal security, I'll just try to highlight how we try to use drones and what are the challenges we face in using drones also. Probably that will give you some takeaways from this whole thing. None of us in this room or in the country can ignore what's happening in J&K, especially after the Pahalgam incident. It has shaken us from our complacency and a claim that we are much beyond terrorism in the valley, and now there's a 365 days tourist season going on in the valley. So that has been shattered, and we have as many as 60 battalions in the valley deployed, both in Srinagar, Jammu, Kashmir, and the other areas. And we find that there are certain new trends that is being seen there. Most of the old organizations are using their new frontal organizations. Even the TRF is a front of LET. So all these have come back in the recast in new forms, and mostly youngsters armed with very sophisticated weaponry and merciless, as we saw 2 days ago. So the challenges that all the security forces that we're facing there is on achieving a 0% error in the valley. So we try to use a lot of drones, both for our normal operations and when we have a specialized, highly sensitive events going on there, like the Amarnath Yatra that's going to come shortly, that's going to start shortly. And but unfortunately, we are straddled with a challenge where the enemy is also using drones for their purposes. So while we are trying to harness drones, we also have the problem of the anti-drones technologies, which unfortunately has not matured much in the country. Another area where we are facing great challenges, though luckily the problem is on the decline, is the left-wing extremism. And like our Honorable Home Minister has announced, it's shrinking and shrinking fast. And I'm proud to say that CRPF, with more than 1 lakh personnel deployed for this purpose, has been playing a great role and is still playing as we speak. But we also face a lot of challenges here because the area of operation is very backward, with no proper connectivity, no net connectivity, no road connectivity. And in spite of that, we have to use both tech end and along with the human end to reduce our own casualties. So there also we are trying to use drones in big ways. Of course, detailed conversations can happen outside this room. But here, or at least luckily, the adversary is not as as equipped with this technology. But we would definitely like to make this more easily available to the troops and more versatile, more rugged, so that it can sustain the different challenges that this hot and humid central India poses. Northeast, again, like we've seen, because of the instability across the borders, but also because of certain unfortunate developments in our own territory. Manipur has been on the boil, and but again we all see that the Northeast is like a landmine that can explode any time. So we saw that when we thought everything was fine in Manipur, like till around 2 years ago, suddenly now the dynamics have changed, and we find, of course, now with the president rules, things are coming down and showing a positive trend. But definitely, the last 2 years were something that we all wouldn't have wished to happen. The challenge that we face there is again very typical. Like some of you must have noticed, even though we impose the ban on the internet, we find that across the border from Myanmar, people have been smuggling in Starlink powered devices and using it just across the border. Because apparently, though Elon Musk claims that he has powered off the satellites over India, there's an overlap across the borders. So that has taken some of the forces by surprise. But there also, again, extensive use of drones, even by the adversary, has been noticed, both for dropping ammunition, for even aerial firing on their counterparts. And again, the challenges that's posed to us is about how to counter this kind of attacks. What are the technologies that we can have more widely available for countering these challenges? Apart from that, our normal duties, apart from these three major concerns, CRPF is the designated nodal agency for conducting any state or parliament elections in the country. By that we mean that we monitor the movement of troops down to the booth level from across the country, and then also how these troops are actually performing their duties and all. So here again we use a lot of drones. Then we also take care of important shrines, and we are still deployed at Mata Vaishno Devi, Ayodhya Sil, and then Varanasi, Mathura. So even at these places, we had history of attacks on these shrines. So we try to use the power of drones. But here again, the challenge is that the civilians mostly innocently use micro UAVs and all for their own sometimes recreational or photographic purposes. And sometimes we are caught by surprise because we still don't have either a regulatory mechanism is not 100% foolproof, where we can locate the owner of the drone or person flying it, or even counter it in time. So our concerns still are very valid here. Then we find that now a lot of cross-border dropping of contraband is happening, especially from the Pakistan side towards Punjab. And for this also drones are being used, and the border security forces, we try to adopt some cross-border anti-drone technologies, but still, the entire border, anyway it can be flown and dropped, so that still remains a big challenge. We also have seen a shift in the nature of crimes that the civil society faces, wherein a lot of there's a drastic increase in cyber crimes and cyber physical crimes. So the chances of whatever you're using being hacked by somebody else and being misused. Like probably how the phones that we use now can be hacked by someone and our numbers can be shown as the caller. Same way, the drones that we use being hacked by someone, taken control of and made to do something against the security interest. These are all challenges that we are trying to work or trying to address. Disaster management is something that's humanitarian and a well-established system. Thankfully, India has learned over the years and through tragedies, and now we have all the CRPFs are involved in manning different battalions of these, and luckily the drones that were used there. Drones are extensively used there for scouting the area and all. But nevertheless, when the recent challenge in Kerala happened at Wayanad, we were again caught by surprise, because again the capacity of the drones to detect cadavers which are underlying, probably layers of snow, layers of mud, these become a challenge. So we still have new use cases coming up, which for which we need solutions from the UAV community. We have a specialized unit. Again, I'm talking about the CRPF's capabilities, called the RAF, the Rapid Action Force, which is specifically used for or deployed for any communal disturbances or large-scale law and order, public order challenges. There again, drones have proven to be a blessing, because we can not only cover what's happening, but we can also start talking to them. So we put speakers and talk to the crowds. Then we start. We're experimenting with even using them to probably use tear smoke, and also to mark them by putting tear marker grenades. So these kind of experiments are going on. But I would say that we would still want more support and maturity in these kind of efforts. Special forces and their use of drones for specific operations, that's probably something that all the forces are experimenting and evolving. The micro drones, so that even CRPF is trying that. So I would say that we have made a lot of good progress over the years, and technology has been a force multiplier, and we are looking at more support. And recently, when I went to the Aero India show at Bangalore, there again I saw that we have a huge UAV industry and people working at multiple purposes. So I would invite interested people to come, and those who want to specific use cases which are of use, we can always sit down and work and see how we can use each other's capabilities. And the battle is not yet won. We are still a long way to go, and I think by the nature of geopolitics, these battles will always be on, and our need to equip the security forces of the country with the latest technologies, with the latest gadgets, and developing, like it was told before, world-class technologies on our land to make our security forces all the more stronger and make our country safe is going to be a continuing demand, and probably an area where the entire drone industry could definitely focus on. I'll not take more time, as I promised, and thank you all, and especially General Raina, for giving me this opportunity to come and be a part of this conference. Thank you.